The New York Yankees have just made a sneaky signing for their team in a player who was once viewed as a very high-ranked prospect, and the Yankees do see a whole lot of belief in this guy, especially on the heels of some more news regarding one of their star players who is a free agent right now, and we are going to go over all that, guys. But before we jump into it, if you're part of that 69% that is not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Yankees update. We have every single update on the New York Yankees coming out every day that you don't want to miss out on. And guys, if you want to show everybody that you know New York Yankees baseball, this is the place to be. Don't gatekeep it, let them learn ball too. And guys, let's jump into the video because there is a lot to go over on the team right now. As we are waiting for Brian Cashman to make some big moves in this offseason, the Yankees are yet to do anything, while most teams haven't, except for the Toronto Blue Jays adding on Dylan Cease in a contract that kind of felt like a little bit of an overpay, but at the same time, I still don't love that the Blue Jays got Dylan Cease because I'm a firm believer in Cease. I have been for a very long time now, since he was all the way back in the farm system of the Colorado Rockies of the Chicago White Sox, but not the point at all. The point is, we're waiting for the New York Yankees to go out there and make that big move. That has not happened yet, but they did just make a sneaky signing with this man right here, who they have officially signed back to their team in a very interesting move. As we see it revealed right here, the New York Yankees re-signed Michael Arias on a minor league deal. He had been on the 40-man roster, but was among the pitchers the team non-tendered last week. And there was a whole lot of discussion surrounding Arias because the Yankees did really like him when they brought him in just a year ago. So, with obviously that happening, with Michael Arias coming back to the Yankees, it's an interesting addition. I mean, the Yankees, obviously, they always say, Brian Cashman specifically says, you can never have enough pitching. Arias is a younger guy out of the bullpen, and we saw Yankees stats talk about him and really be high on him as well. And he said that Michael Arias was sent over to the Yankees for cash considerations in January of 2025. He has a 60-grade fastball and a superb changeup. He was a very promising 2 years ago with the Cubs, but just never got his command together. In 29.2 innings pitched this year with the Yankees MLB system, or minor league system, excuse me, with 21 of those being in Double-A. He had a 2.73 ERA, a 3.92 FIP, a 3.63 xFIP, while also getting over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings, almost getting 11, and having a 51.5 ground ball percentage. But a 5.16 walks per 9 on the year and a 6.43 walks per 9 in Somerset. He had a 1.62 whip and a 14.6 strikeout to ball ratio, or strikeout to walk ratio. So that is where the issue lies with Arias. It's not that he's not a good pitcher. When he has his stuff going, he's got it going. But the problem is he does lose his control pretty often. He has a rough command on the ball, and when he doesn't have that command, he ultimately phases and starts to throw a lot of bad pitches. So that's been the problem, is that it's hard to hit him, but he might just walk you. You might not even have to swing the bat. So the problem is the Yankees need to see if they can get Arias under control. Now, he does have a very good, or a good fastball and a very, very good changeup. If he does come up to the Yankees at all, he is going to be a relief pitcher, and we know how Matt Blake's going to operate. He's going to say, run those 2 pitches, don't use any other pitches. We don't need you to use any other pitches, so we're not even going to ask you to do that. It just doesn't make sense for us to do that. So with all this in mind, it does make a lot of sense why we're seeing this sort of happen right now. The Yankees want to continue adding pitching onto this roster, even if it's lower grade guys who are likely going to be in the minor leagues for the majority of things. We'll likely see Arias at some form in spring training, but outside of that, we should expect him to mainly be a minor league arm who's going to be used in case of injuries and stuff like that right now. But he always has the chance to show up and show out. That being said, we also have an update on one of the Yankees' more, notable free agents in Devin Williams, who is a relief pitcher. So Williams, who came into the Yankees as their next closer, obviously had a rough go of things, had an ERA over 4, and really just had a terrible start to the season, though he did start to get things together. There was a whole lot going over about Devin Williams, and we recently got another update, which did say from Zach Presnell that Devin Williams struggled mightily for the Yankees this season. Rather than dominate as he did the past 4 or 5 years, Williams took a huge step backwards in the Bronx. Now, the star is headed for a new contract in free agency, and experts have mixed opinions on how much he'll sign for. Zach Mintz recently projected that Williams would sign a solid 3-year, $51 million deal in free agency, which is one of the biggest projected contracts that he's gotten this offseason, and that's going to be very interesting to see as well. Because look, with Williams, he had a 4.79 ERA last season, so the numbers there don't look good, especially having a minus .3 WAR on the year. But the whip was still good. He still had 90 strikeouts in 62 innings, and he did get better as the year went along. And a lot of the deeper metric numbers looked good. I mean, the swing strikeout percentage and just strikeout percentage of 2025 pitchers who faced 200 or more batters looked good. I mean, at the top was Mason Miller, who I did want the Yankees to trade for back in the day, but obviously got sent off for a very high price. Josh Hader, Aroldis Chapman, Edwin Diaz, and then shout out Fernando Cruz, he was there. And then also Devin Williams also found himself in that name as well, where he did look very good. He was still the same, not the same guy, but he was still showing that he is a good pitcher. He just had a rough go of things, especially in the earlier part of the year. Williams did start to get it together a little bit more, specifically in the playoffs when he appeared in 4 games and did not give up a single run. He had 4 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched, so he got a strikeout per inning, was looking very good, and was arguably their best relief pitcher throughout the playoffs. He didn't allow a single run, and he was pitching very, very good baseball as well. Williams came in and was huge for the Yankees. I was there at the game the Yankees won against the Toronto Blue Jays, and Devin Williams was absolutely awesome in that game. He was huge for the Yankees, and truly their best weapon in that bullpen. I mean, Bednar was obviously great as well, but he did give up a run, whereas Devin Williams was just absolutely phenomenal and deserved a lot of credit for the way he went out there and pitched. Now, there's a lot of free agents who are pitchers and a lot of good relievers out there who can be snagged. I mean, we see that Edwin Diaz is at the top. We know the Yankees have held some interest in Diaz, and we'll see where it goes with that. Robert Suarez is another name to keep an eye out for on a short-term contract. Then we also see, a guy like a Nick Martinez, a Pete Fairbanks, Kenley Jansen, Ryan Helsley. We could all see that happen, though. Helsley's likely going to get converted to a starter wherever he signs, so the Yankees don't feel like a likely option. Tyler Rogers, Emilio Pagan. There's some good names out there. Sir Anthony Dominguez, the Yankees have been linked to a few different times as well. Then, of course, we do see Luke Weaver, who's projected to get around $9 million despite the abysmal run that he had in the playoffs, which I do sort of think ever since he hurt his hamstring, he just wasn't the same. So I do see him as a bounce-back candidate like Williams. And then also a couple other guys as well who we could look at. The Yankees definitely should add some names from this list onto their bullpen. They just need a better bullpen. There's no doubt about that. We've seen that before with this team. They just need more weapons out of their bullpen. I really want to see Cashman focus on that, but we also know how Brian Cashman operates. He loves a good bullpen, so I'm not too nervous about that. The Yankees still do have, David Bednar leading the crew, but also having Camilo Duvall, having Fernando Cruz back, who was very, very good. They do have a bunch of weapons still. It's just about supplementing those weapons and getting more and more guys onto the team. They have 2 lefties in Tim Hill and Ryan Yarbrough. It would be nice to add another top-tier bullpen talent just to really round this group out. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Yankees do add a pretty notable bullpen name as well. But what do you guys think? Who do you think it would be? Even if it is Williams, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the Yankees bringing back Arias? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Yankees.